Drake London expected to play in week number 2, which is fantastic news. His coach saying he expects him to play. Of course, have to make sure there's no setbacks of any kind walking into the upcoming days. But to get this word now, being expected to play, that is very encouraging, and there's no reason to think that he would not play based on the information we know now, based on the shoulder injury. So setbacks aside, he's good to go. Fire him up, get him in your lineup. And then we also have Judkins news, meeting with the NFL today. There was word that Judkins was not at practice, and that caused a little bit of alarm from some people. And then initially, all of a sudden, we got word that he's meeting with the NFL in regards to his situation, which he's been cleared from a legal perspective, but the NFL is still digging into his situation and possibly could still hand out discipline for his potential domestic, his alleged domestic situation that again was not moved forward by any sort of legal matter. So what's that mean? It means that there's maybe some sort of evidence that the NFL didn't like. There's some bad light that the NFL has been casted into. Just because a state's attorney didn't pursue charges or a DA doesn't pursue charges doesn't mean that there was no evidence at all. And the NFL is very much about, doesn't matter if you actually get convicted of something. If you put the NFL in bad light and break the NFL's personal conduct policy, they will take action. So more to come on that. Samson value continues to stay on the rise. We've got the Penix Jr. value on the rise because of this news. We've already been super amped up and excited about using Penix Jr. in leagues where maybe you've been questioning whether Penix Jr. could deliver the goods week in and week out. Well, now you know he can. And we've been worried about Drake London, but we're not worried about Drake London anymore. The Fantasy Football Show, the breaking news edition, the Drake London Show, begins now.
Mr. London, what seems to be the problem? I've been a little off. Can't seem to get things going, if you know what I mean. I think I have just the thing for you, Mr. London. Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Live every single midnight, practically at midnight Eastern. We go live like no other. And we're here to discuss London, who took his penicillin, and he's good to go. So get excited, get ready. We are going to be, what do we got? We got someone in the backyard. What's going on? Let's take a gander at this. Who the hell's in the backyard? Ziggy, show me the backyard.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I guess Miss Smitty might be home. Ziggy, show me the garden.
Okay.
Let's see. What are we doing here? So anyway, Drake London fully expected to be set to play. According to his coach, expected to play. But this is not something that can't have some sort of setback. Ziggy, turn off. All right, just checking Casa de Smitty. I thought maybe we had an intruder in the backyard. I thought maybe we had to get the Chase Brown bat down and go outside live. One of these days that's going to happen. One of these days we'll be live. Something's going to be going on suspicious outside the home, and we're going to have to take care of that. We're going to have to go, excuse me, I'll be right back. I got to take Chase Brown bat, please. This is a great thing because we had Penix Jr. as a potential downgrade. We were thinking if London was going to sit. And while this isn't while we're not completely out of the woods, I know some of you keep saying it's not official. It's not official. Nothing's official until someone plays a game. But when your coach comes out and tells you he's expected to play, we're pretty much saying Drake London to play week 2. Unless he injures himself, suffers a setback, he's playing week 2. That is the current vibe and vibe check. Now, I will say that, could he be limited? What can we expect out of Drake London? I would say London with a jacket on to kind of keep that shoulder in place. London's probably going to drop something along the lines of like 70 to 80%, I think, capability. It doesn't mean he doesn't like outscore last week's production or have one of his best games of his career. What it means is you potentially could have this guy have one of the best games of his career, and had he been healthy, he'd have even a better game. So we don't really have like a number we could say, 70-80% means he can only get 50 yards and a TD. That's not necessarily the case. London could just have potentially the best career game he could ever have, and because of the injury, he has 90 yards and a TD. It's certainly possible. If I had to project, I would say expect something along the lines of 4 to 5 receptions, 70 yards, and a strong shot at a touchdown still, because he's Drake London and he does Drake London things. Now, there's always a chance that he goes out there, his shoulder's bothering him, and you run that risk. So if you had, let's say, a complicated lineup dilemma, because some of you are so amazing and you have some of the best teams known to man because you drafted off of this channel and you have Monster Squad,
Mashed potatoes!
maybe you have someone like Deebo Samuel and you need to decide between Deebo and Drake London. If that's the case, then, by all means, you can smash the hell out of the Deebo Samuel call and just say, let's play it safe. But then you're really in a dilemma to, do you trade like London away? Do you make a trade? Probably. If you're in a position where Deebo's your third option, you got Buka, you got Garrett Wilson, you got Deebo, you got London. Some of you guys have that. Raise your hand in the chat if you have Garrett Wilson. If you have Garrett Wilson and Deebo and Igbuka. I want everybody in the chat, watch how many people have this. This is freaking amazing. How many people have Deebo, Igbuka, and Garrett Wilson? Raise your hand in the chat if you have those 3 players. Can't wait to see the responses. And raise your hand in the chat. Put a check mark or a fire emoji or a thumb up if you have at least Igbuka and Deebo together. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a bunch of lit up hands in the chat. You guys own all these guys. So you're definitely probably all in good positioning if maybe you need to go in a direction of sitting London because you're just worried about lesser production and you've got a Deebo sitting there. But all in all, everybody that has London should be expecting him to play, and that is great news. Now, of course, we will keep tabs on this as we roll into the week. And if for any reason things change and London suffers a setback, I'll be the first one here to go live and tell you what's going on. So know that. Penix Jr., some of you had dilemmas like this walking into the week. You had Penix Jr. versus, Drake May. I'm now going Penix Jr. until Drake May prove something. Some of you have Bo Nix versus Penix Jr. This is a close call still. I think having Penix Jr. getting his number 1 wide receiver back and not missing him this week makes me want to say Penix Jr. slightly is safer, but I still think people that are dogging Bo Nix are about to get the same treatment that J.J. McCarthy gave people that dogged him in the first 3 quarters of that week 1 performance against the Chicago Bears, where J.J. McCarthy really, really proved that he's a dog. Now, I don't know what J.J. McCarthy's going to equal in terms of fantasy production. We still need to not put the cart way ahead of the horse on that. But I'm pretty intrigued. I'm intrigued. I think everybody should be intrigued. We were walking out of quarter 3 going, JJ's cooked. Like, McCarthy's awful. And then McCarthy just turned a page, and boy, he proved to everybody that, this is a whole different situation. Let's get these super chats going here. Appreciate everybody in the building. Make sure I don't have any $20 haulers awaiting my full attention. Caroline says, Igbokah or Sutton. You can't sit Igbokah. You can't. Anybody that has Igbokah has got to play Igbokah. He's a top 10 wide receiver like we predicted on this channel. I smell meatloaf. Hey, Ma, the meatloaf. There's no debating Igbokah. But I think, Sutton's a good play. Could Sutton outscore anybody at any given time? Sure. But you got to go with the Bookmeister. And Devontae Smith in the flex. I would say, if you could play Sutton in the flex, you do that. But if then you have to go to a different player here, I would say probably, I guess Monty's safer, but there's not like huge upside in the ceiling. Devontae Smith is riskier with a lot higher ceiling. And then lastly, Ingram, Kincaid, or Pitts. Ingram probably won't play, so we're going to go with Pitts on this one. Pitts is pretty safe. Thank you for the super chat. And start 2, sit 1, Hampton, Jonathan Taylor, ETN. I think you probably, man. Chat, can we get a vote on this one? This one is insane. This one is very, very, very tough. James Devlin, just ignore him. Just ignore him. Whenever he does this, I don't respond to him, and then he just continues to throw capital letters in there. Don't just ignore him. This is normal for him. Everyone should just don't pay attention to his message. He does this every year, all year. Start 2, sit 1. Chat, can we vote on this one? Ryan, thank you for the $20 hauler. Ryan, you dropped a blank message, though.
Alert.
Appreciate you.
Super chat alert.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you. Vote on this one. JT, ETN, JT, ETN, JT, ETN, JT, ETN. I think I probably... This is a tough one. James Devlin, you're on the verge of getting... Here, I'll put James in timeout. James, you're getting a little crazy. We always kind of allow James to do his capitals and be kind of annoying in the chat, but this is too much, James. I'm going to put you in a 5-minute timeout, give you a chance. I think that's probably the right call. We kind of wait on Hampton, Etienne, and Jonathan Taylor. I think that's probably the right decision. But would I maybe trade JT for an elite wide receiver if he pops off, and then maybe make this dilemma a little lesser walking into the coming weeks? Probably. Should I start Bo Nix or Herbert? Herbert's safer by far. This one from DTX. Player wants McBride for Igbokah. I have Fannin and Pitts. I don't know. I think that right now you got to assume that McBride is a little bit higher in valuation than Igbokah, even though we believe Igbokah can hang like that. It's probably overkill right now to be swapping out that type of player with Igbokah or doing that kind of payment for that type of player. We just gotta wait, bro. You gotta wait a little bit on that. I love Igbokah, but you gotta be smart. McBride's king of the position potentially with Bowers being banged up right now. There's a lot of value there. I wouldn't be giving up McBride. This guy's trying to sell you at top dollar. Now, I'm not saying Igbokah can't earn it, but what if Igbokah goes out and has 50 yards and no touchdown next week? He's not getting that the next week because people are fickle and the market moves. So I'm not, and I'm not saying I changed my mind, but you can't pay that price tag. Trade Mahomes, HN, and Samson for Allen or JD5 with Kyron. Mahomes, HN, Samson. I think you have to take either quarterback with Kyron. That's a home run, bro. That's a home run, my boy. I do that live. Smash it, my boy. Real quickly, just while we're on the topic, make sure you guys know Penix Jr. becomes a much safer play this week. And if you've got these dilemmas where it's Penix Jr. and a quarterback you normally would not start over Penix Jr., now that London is expected to play, you better shove, no pun intended, the Penix Jr. into your lineup. Do it live and make sure you're not hesitating on starting this offense and getting a piece of this offense week in and week out because it's going to thrive. Pitts is a great play. If you're able to pick up Fannin and you have Kyle Pitts, you have yourself a little trade value because Fannin's got a lot of trade value. You could go ahead and send him packing if you wanted, even though I don't want you to. But sometimes we got to do what we got to do to make other parts of the team, rise up. And you could always trade Pitts as well. If Pitts has another good game, you'll be able to move him too. So there's a lot of value all around. That $20 hauler, I don't know if that $20 hauler, if that guy dropped another message. He dropped a blank one. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find that message. Appreciate you dropping the $20 hauler earlier. That was from Ryan. Ryan dropped a 20 blank. We've got this one here from AdRock. Appreciate AdRock dropping a $20 hauler. So I got those two on screen. And then I don't think there was another one before that, but let me just make sure. And then we got Adam dropping a $20 hauler right now. Adam, appreciate you, my boy. You guys get immediate attention. Ryan, make sure you put the message in next time. Let me see if I can find any corresponding message you may have dropped. I don't think you did. So if you have anything, please let me know, and I will look for it. But I appreciate your $20 super chat, my boy.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Then this message here. This message here from AdRock.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you, pal. All right. Smitty just smashed another trade late last night. Got Nico for Adunze and Debo. And earlier in the day, I got RJ Harvey for Samson. I like both these trades. I'm going to Smitty approve both of them. I do love Debo. You know that.
You've just been Smitty.
But you got to take that value. So fantastic job. You did an amazing job. Thank you, Ryan, again. And then this $20 super chat from Adam. Adam, appreciate you for your $20 monster there, pal. Appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
This one, who should I start at in a 10 PPR league? Marvin Harrison Jr., DJ Moore, Coleman, Hampton, or Sharps, Benson, Hunter, and Ridley. 4 flex league. So you need to start 4 of these bad boys. There's Seclan. Seclan, I was just thinking about you today, bro, because there was somebody that had a name very similar to you, and I thought to myself, where the hell's Seclan? Remember the time I was trying to learn how to say his name, and I said I had to say it all show long, and I thought about it today, and I was like, where's Seclan? Is he still watching the show? Like, it always is a little bit of a bummer when somebody that's been here for a long time like just goes missing, and you're like, I wonder what happened. Like, why don't they watch anymore? Here's the clan. You already know I come every year. Smitty just been taking care of my wife and moved back to SoCal. Miss you, brother. I always tune in to your streams. Keep up the good work. Love you. 6 years strong. There he is. Seclan, appreciate you. Let's give this man
Super chat
a standing ovation. Let's
I smell
meatloaf.
meatloaf.
There he is. I knew he was here. It's so odd that I thought about that today, bro. Thank you, Seclan. He's an OG, yeah, for sure. And if I'm picking 4 out of these right here, I'm going with MHJ and Hampton, Charbonnet and Hunter personally. That's what I'm doing. Now, if you wanted to go with Coleman over Hunter for now, I'm fine with that, but I'm going to start Travis Hunter. And Travis Hunter had 6 receptions. So I think people that are acting like Travis Hunter's cheeks are wild to me. I've seen a couple of your comments. They're quite embarrassing because you're judging after 1 week of football, a man that got 6 receptions. So you do you. Hunter, appreciate you. In a vacuum, which side do you like more? Debo, Sharps, Waddle, or ETN? Let's see here. In a vacuum, which side do you like more? Debo, Sharps, Waddle. Debo, Sharps, Waddle. Or ETN, Pittman, Tyreek. Debo, Sharps, Waddle. I don't trust Tyreek Hill at all. We've done many streams on that man's antics and how we don't trust him at all, and he's been one of the biggest bust candidates and very, very good bust predictions. I think it's going to work out pretty well for us. This guy is a disaster. So definitely think that other side. Thank you very much. Appreciate your super chat. This one here, trade Igbuka away for Ladd. I think that this is where we see Igbuka's leveled value. His value levels around Ladd, which is crazy, which is awesome. I mean, what a call here on the channel, and what a move by all of you as Igbuka's value continues to rise, and we have this dilemma that we have now where we're like, do we take 3rd round Ladd McConkey or do we take Igbuka? I'd have to say I'm not trading Buka for anything, bro, at this level. I mean, would I take Nico or would I take 1st round talent? Sure. I mean, not always, but yeah, I probably would. But am I taking Ladd? Probably not. Have Herb. Hendo was offered Sharps and Tyler Warren. Appreciate you. Tyler Warren, so for Igbuka, Sharps, and no. I keep Book, bro. This makes someone overpay. Make someone overpay. Make sure they give you like a Hendy and a lad. If they don't give it to you, then tell them to kick rocks. Tell them to go watch Buka on Sundays. Go watch the Red Zone where Scott Hansen's barely not saying Smitty called this. You know Scott Hansen's trying to go. Smitty said, trade my Gibbs, London, Judy for Igbuka. And Adams and Amon-Ra and Scary Terry. That's a mouthful. Trade Gibbs, London, and Judy. So Gibbs and London for Buka, Adams, Amon-Ra, Scary Terry. I'm going to say Gibbs and London, even though I want to say Igbuka on this. I don't know what Adams is right now. We don't know what Scary Terry is. Those are two older players, too. So it's not like they're just, they're going to bounce back or they're going to be, massively underrated right now. We don't really know because Scary Terry was, aging out and he might have one or two more years left. He very well might. And we knew that he'd be kind of slow starting with the holdout or the hold in. Same thing. I mean, it accomplishes the same unfortunate thing. But Gibbs is insane, bro. And he's a running back and he's a top 3 overall pick. And anybody that's trying to, look at this thing like Gibbs is not worth way more than he's worth right now is wild. I would say it's a lot of talent, but do you need all that talent? I guess my biggest question, the Isaac, would be, does this trade, can you start all these players, and does this trade make your team better, your lineup a lot better? Or in the Gibbs and London side, are you putting big, decent, players onto the bench? I would say this is a tough call. This is a confusing trade offer that someone throws at somebody to try and confuse them into doing a deal. And I love Buka, you know that, but Gibbs is not somebody I'm just giving away. I think people are undervaluing Gibbs massively. James Devlin, who's in timeout, super chatted $2. Need extreme help, please. Ertz, Pitts, and Joku Ferguson. I'm gonna go Pitts, James. I'm gonna go Pitts. Nice job. Nice save. Nice way around the timeout. Appreciate you, James. Racing boy. We don't block James, but we definitely put him in a lot of timeouts over the years. Because he's not doing anything wrong. He's just talking too much. Roster after trade. QB, JD5 Penix. Running backs, Gibbs, Genty, Bill, Harvey. Wow. Buka. BTJ Lamb. This team's Rice on the bench. Racing boy. This team is the highest rated team. Now, I don't know if this is an 8-man league. If this is at least a 10-man league, this team's going to get a 9.1. I don't know if I've given a 9.1 yet. This team is a 9.1. 9.1. I don't think I've given a 9.1 all year. You get a 9.1, sir. You are the lead dog candidate.
Mashed potatoes!
I mean, that's a filthy team. Unless it's an 8-man. If it's an 8-man, I take it back. Because, that can be accomplished in an 8-man league just with a little bit of elbow grease, and a couple grandmas. And you can definitely accomplish that. That didn't pause. I mean, grandma's in the league, guys. Okay, you elbow grease and the grandma's just playing in the leagues. Calm down. Start Ingram or Fannin. I'm going to say Fannin because Ingram's not going to play. But even if he was going to play, he's banged up. So what are we doing here? We've got Penix for Goff instead of Sampson. My QB is Bo Nix. Penix for Goff. I mean, bro, Penix over Goff. I'd definitely take Penix over Goff. For sure. That's easy. That's light work. Light work, my boy. Light work. Very light work. $20 hauler from Jay Rose. Appreciate you dropping that, my friend, right on the screen, pal. And I think I'm caught up on the $20 haulers. Let me just make sure I don't have any lingering $20 haulers. Okay, there we go. We are all caught up on those. Smitty, I got Dak and Purdy, but Penix is out there. Who would you drop? And who are you starting going forward? Rose, I have no team in front of me. I don't know if you dropped another super chat, but I don't have that anymore. I don't know who the hell you're. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. You didn't. didn't put a team. I got Dak and Purdy, but Penix is out there. Who would you drop? Okay, out of just those, I got you. Okay, I'm sorry. Dak and Purdy. I would drop Purdy. So pick up Penix, drop Purdy, and then who am I starting going forward? I thought you meant on your whole team. Okay, so I got you. Going forward, I'm probably going to go Dak right now because I think he bounces back and has a monster week number 2. So definitely feeling that vibe. But Penix Jr. might have something to say about that. Okay, so we're definitely keeping tabs and keeping our eyes peeled for this situation. We got a $20 hauler here from McDowell dropping the wad, and then we've got let's see here, $20 hauler. I think that's all of the 20s right now, and then we'll swing through and handle all the rest of them. This one here from McDowell. Appreciate you, my boy. Hey, Smitty, need a solid wide receiver too. Could you give me some advice on who to trade for, who to target? I have JD5, BTJ, Hunter, McBride, Shakir, Fannin. Fannin's a good trade piece right now. People want Fannin, and you snagged them, so good job. Good on you. I'd go to the Walker owner, see if you could give them Sharbs, see if they do need a tight end in Fannin. I think Sharbs is somebody I wouldn't trade lightly. You want to make sure you're hanging on to him in case something develops there, and it's very, very much already in motion anyway. So Sharbs is a fantastic trade piece, but also a hold. You also got Kyle Pitts. You could resort to trading McBride and starting Fannin and kind of risking the biscuit, but you'd have to really, really get that upgrade. As far as your wide receiver too, it seems like you're worried about Travis Hunter. I wouldn't be worried about Travis Hunter. I'd be maybe worried about my flex and Shakir, but I wouldn't worry about it. Travis Hunter caught 6 footballs. Don't let people influence you into running away from Travis Hunter. I think at the end of the day, I'm just probably, I know it's not probably what you wanted to hear because you wanted a very, very easy solution or a big, piece of advice to go do something specific, but I think I just put Sharbs into my flex spot. I think that's what I'm doing. It looks like Fannin is starting as a secondary flex for you, right? So Sharbs, I will get Sharbs in my lineup over Shakir. I don't know why Shakir is in your lineup. I will get Sharbs over Shakir into the lineup unless you have to start that wide receiver as a wide receiver spot, but I wouldn't expect that. I think you're kind of waiting on Sharbs and Benson, bro. That's going to be your meal ticket into another bigger, stronger player. And you could try now. Players that I would go get, Ladd McConkey would be fantastic using Charbonnet. I think if that person specifically needed a tight end, you could throw them Pitts or Fannin to get Ladd, and I would do that because of your team. Debo, I would grab. I don't know that he's actually somebody you can even acquire. It seems like people are trying to trade him on the high in some contexts because they think he's going to fail them. They want to break up with Debo before Debo breaks up with them. Ladd's the perfect player. Harvey is a perfect player to go get right now. Hendy, if you were to give up, let's say, Pitts or Fannin to go get and give up Sharbs to go get Hendy or to go get Hampton or to go get Harvey, that would be an unbelievable flex play. I'm not worried about your wide receiver too. Now, if you were to go after just a wide receiver, I think maybe Ladd and potentially Mike Evans would be good using some of this bench talent that you have. Go to the Connor owner, see if Benson and they need a tight end. Might be able to get you a Mike Evans. So Mike Evans and Ladd are two players I love right now. JSN's also somebody you could buy with that package, but I probably would leave everything alone, including Hunter, and just go after those avenues, my boy. I appreciate you with the super chat. The man, the myth, the legend, $20 hauler from McDowell.
Super chat alert.
Juwan Johnson or Strange. Probably Juwan right now, but it's a close call. 10-team trade Bill plus Pollard for Genty and Harvey. What do you think I'm going to say on that? I'm surprised that won't get vetoed. Go do it. That roster in a 10-man league, okay, then you do deserve your 9.1. Appreciate you. Trade JJ and Harvey for Malik and Genty. I would take Malik and Genty, but man, I hate getting rid of either side of that in some ways. Hey, Smitty, I've got a dilemma. Sit one, Lamb, BTJ, Bucky, Garrett Wilson, Hampton, and Buka. You're probably sitting Hampton for now, which is crazy, but you're in a good spot. Other people are not as lucky as you. Harvey, Fannin, or Harvey. I'm going to go Harvey this week. Also, Penix and Murray going to go Penix, but that's a good one. I dropped trade I dropped the trade and my team is in the chat. I dropped the trade. Okay. Ryan, I thank you for the $20 super chat. Let me see if I can find Ryan's team. Let's see here, Ryan. Hey, Smitty, love the pay. Long-time supporter. Wondering what you think of this trade. Forgot to send it. Haha. The trade is this one here. Pickens, Tet, Bill for Chase Brown, Tillman. Tet, Bill, and Pickens for Chase Brown, Tillman. It's pros and cons because I love Bill and I love Pickens still. And, you know, so I love Chase Brown most out of everybody, but you are giving up enough. This is not where you're lambasting him, though. But let's look at the team. JSN, Pickens, Gibbs. So did you do Pickens, Tet, Bill for Chase Brown? So you're just saying, should you do it? So this is your team. Okay. You got Rashee Rice on the bench in the wings. It looks like at Judkins. So you'd end up having Chase Brown, but losing Pickens, Ted, and Bill. So Bucky, Gibbs, Pitts, Flex is Ted. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for your team, it looks like you got really small lineups. This doesn't hurt you. It helps your lineup, but it does take away some depth. But Smitty approved the trade for your team. I think you gave up a lot, but you know it's fine. Think it works out. You got a good squad, and you definitely got the best player in the deal. But you definitely did surrender a boatload, which is acceptable because you got Chase Brown. So you get Chase Brown. You have to unfortunately pay the price. So good job on you. Thank you for the $20 hauler. Smitty, approve your team. And I think on that small lineup, it's tough to say like what the other teams look like. I bet you everybody else is stacked. But that's a good squad. You definitely could win week in and week out. I like it. 8.0 out of 10 squad. I have CD and Agbuka together. I don't know what that's referencing, but I appreciate you. Make sure everything's all in one, guys, or there's no way I'm piecing that together like 10 super chats later or something. I have CD and Agbuka together. Okay, I don't know. Good job. That's I love it. 0.5 JMO plus Pittman for MHJ. I would take MHJ. Absolutely. Do I trade MHJ and Sharps for Puka to the Walker owner? Yeah, I'd rather have Puka. But that's tough. I mean, those are two good players. And if Sharps ends up getting the starting lineup job all to himself, the starting job, this trade becomes tougher and maybe you get worked over. So you're kind of taking a gamble that Walker doesn't get traded this week, next week, or that they say Sharps is our starter and Walker goes to the bench. If they keep splitting it, I'd rather have Puka. So you are taking a gamble, but how long do they split it? You know, if you get 5 extra weeks of having Puka doing Puka things. Now, Puka's an injury risk, but I don't mind the trade. Herbert or Penix Jr. this week. Probably Herbert for safety, but I love both of them. I would start either one. Would have your trade? Hampton, Golden for Chase Brown, Hunter and Chase Brown. Why is Hunter getting thrown around like a rag doll? This is insane to me. I have JJ, London, Buka, and Debo. London, JSN, MHJ, Debo in another. Starts and trades also have Rice in both. I missed a lot of questions in one, to be honest. I'm going to try to answer all of them, but if I miss one, it's, like you're asking like 3 different things in here. I would say JJ, London, Buka, Debo. If you want me to rank those guys, I'm ranking them as JJ, London, Buka, or JJ, Buka, London, and then Debo, I guess, last. But you could be in the situation where you're sitting London for Debo if you needed to, just to be safe, as we mentioned earlier. London, JSN, MHJ, Debo. I'm ranking these. This is tougher. These are all really, really close. So like London, JSN, Debo, MHJ in that order. And as far as trades, I mean, I don't know. I would try and get Hampton, Hendy, or Genty using one of these guys. Genty using 2 and getting somebody back. Certainly something I'd be looking to do. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Penix, Dak, Lawrence, or Love. But I would probably say Penix, or Dak, then Penix this week, but love both of them. You know, I'm starting them in that order. Thank you very much for the super chat. Start 1, Goddard, Fannin, Ingram. Do you sell Igbuka? I don't sell Igbuka. It sounds like you can for a ton, but I don't think I'm actively shopping them. But would I sell them for Nico Collins? I mean, maybe not. It depends. I'm on the clock and someone sends it to me. I got to look at it, but I'm not trying to actively sell them. And if I did, I would make sure I'm making someone pay the price. There's no Lad McConkey in the third round. It's Igbokwe. It's Igbokwe getting you some sort of Gibbs deal, like where maybe you give up more with Igbokwe to get Gibbs or to get, Genty straight up. Maybe if you needed a running back and you were set at wide receiver and like you literally have Debo that goes into your lineup instead of Igbokwe, that's a whole different, scenario. But those are all case by case that I need to go through and break down case by case by case with everybody. Mike, appreciate you. Start one in the flex. Shakir, Jalen Warren, or Ridley. I'm going Ridley. Don't let last week's lockdown matchup influence you. Start RJ Harvey or Hunter. I'd probably go Hunter for safety because he had 6 catches. And Harvey's high risk, high reward. Harvey's a top 6 running back in the league right now, yards wise. I think 6 or 7. Start Burrow or Penix Jr. Come on. Why we putting Burrow on the bench after 1 week? What are we doing here? Stop being an overreactive Roger and start your studs, bro. London or Hollywood London. Bill starting. You could say he's starting in theory, sure. Garrett Wilson, Tootin for Ladd. I'd rather have Garrett Wilson and Tootin. I'd rather have Garrett Wilson over Ladd, and I love Ladd right now. Ladd's a fantastic buy low. Love Igbokwe, but last we forgot rookie Wall. Love Igbokwe, but lest we forget rookie Wall. Maybe, bro. Maybe not. I mean, don't forget the rookie Wall could be 1 game. The rookie Wall could be just a blip where he still gets a touchdown, has like 20 yards. Then the next game he has like touchdown and 20 yards. That could be his rookie Wall. You don't know what his rookie Wall will be. Penix or Fields? I'm going to go Penix Jr. personally. Igbokwe, Hunter, Coleman. Can you rank them rest of season? I would say Igbokwe, tier break, Hunter, then Coleman. And I do have Hunter in front of Coleman. I know a lot of people are running away from Ertz or Juwan Johnson this week. I'm going to probably go Juwan, but I like both of them. They're pretty close. So trust your gut. When will Harvey be running back 1, do you think? Well, right now he's the number 6 or 7 running back in the league in yards, and he's top 3 or 4 in yards after contact. And, he's already right there. People just don't realize it. And I would say once he gets the solo gig, he might not all year. He might get 70% or something. But I would say week 3 or 4, he's on his horse, well on his horse. And Sean Payton runs multiple backs, whether J.K. Dobbins is there or not. Because you don't want Harvey getting all the work. Drop Gordon, Kirk, Mims, or Ingram for Tootin. Probably dropping Kirk pretty easily. But, all those guys are banged up and injured right now. So it is what it is. Let's see here. Looks like somebody dropped in some gifted memberships at some point during this process, I think. Let me see if I'll have to check in that in a second. Thank you, anybody dropping gifted memberships. Appreciate you. Achan and Adunze for Bucky and Harvey. I'd take Bucky and Harvey. Yeah, that's light work, bro. That's how you deliver. That's how you go get a Harvey. You get a doubted Donnie to surrender a top 10 running back like that. Start 1, Sharp, Sampson, or Bill. I'm probably going to go Bill this week. Appreciate you, 7. Sharps is definitely, somebody can make you regret that, but I don't think you lose sleep over it because it's not like he's being handed anything yet. You're waiting. It's a waiting game. Trade my London and Kamara for Igbokwe and Ladd. I would take Igbokwe and Ladd and run. Honestly, that's the kind of value that Igbokwe has right now. So smash that trade. Do it live. Traded Tillman for Charbonnet. How did you do? I would think you smashed it. It's probably one of the worst trades that I've seen this year. So congrats on that. Great job. You probably have no friendship after that, though. Opinions on K9. Hold for now. Have JCM. I mean, bro, he's losing his job. So the opinions are that he's losing his job. So hold, probably not. Try and get what you can. Try and package him with something to get Harvey before it's too late. There's some buy lows. Lad McConkey. Go get one of those guys. Go get Mike Evans straight up. Go give up something. You got to give up something to dilute the risk. Otherwise, no one wants him 1-for-1. Sorry, I have Hendy and Harvey. I also have Hendy and Harvey. Bro, your team's fantastic. Hendy and Harvey also is insane. And I don't know that you maybe trade one of them right now, but I'd let Hendy and Harvey both increase in value before you shop them at all. So just let them ferment on the bench, and your team is going to be unreal once that value's there. T. Higgins, Pearsall, Addison for Amon-Ra Bill. Give me a Amon-Ra Bill. That's pretty easy. PPR Flex 2, Kamara, ETN, and McMillan. I'm going to go Kamara and ETN right now. Just right now. But I'm definitely actively shopping Alvin Kamara for sure. Should I trade T. Hill? If so, for what? Mike Evans, Harvey, Hampton. Those are really, really good. Harvey straight up is perfect. I mean, he's a monster, bro. So start there. And Evans is really, really easy to go get. And Ladd's pretty easy to go get. And, you know, throwing something, you get Hampton. Throwing something, you get Hendy. You'll never get Hendy and Hampton cheaper again. My league let me pick up Fannin and Tootin last night. My team is going to the moon. Jorge, congratulations, bro. Fantastic news. Trade Bowers and Coleman for McBride and Hill. I would take, I'm keeping Bowers, bro. Hill doesn't do anything for me. I don't care about Hill. No thanks. This one here. Who do I start, Penix or Nix? I'm going to go Penix for safety, but I still like Bo Nix a lot. I still am not afraid to start Bo Nix this week. In fact, you could talk me into switching it. Pick up Alec Ayamanor, Calvin Austin, or Boutte in my last spot. Let's go with Ayamanor. I think he's got a lot of upside, a lot of intrigue. Like him a lot. Adams, start to Adams, Debo, Harvey, Pickens. I'm probably going to go with Debo for sure. And I'm going to go Pickens for safety and PPR. And half PPR or non-PPR, I'm going Harvey. But I think Harvey's a sneaky high-risk, high-reward play. So it'd be Debo and Harvey if you want a big swing. Drop Gordon for Tootin. I think for right now, yeah, but I'm trying to avoid that. But if you have to, sure. Thank you. Joey, I'll get to your super chat in 1 second. Actually, I'll just do it real quickly. 12-man, JD5, Genti, Harvey, Puka. I don't know what you're asking, Joey. You're just showing off. It's a great team. I don't think I'm moving much. If I'm going to move anything, I'm trying to get rid of maybe, I don't know. I'm not really getting rid of Fannin. You just got him, and you kind of need him. I'm probably sitting on this team unless I can move Flowers on the high. So Flowers right now, yeah, but what are you going to move him for? I think you wait on this team. There's nothing to really move, bro. Because you can't sell anybody high but JD5. No offense. It's just those guys are... And Puka. Maybe Puka. Maybe if you could get like a Lab McConkey and Hampton, you know, or Puka for Hendy and Mike Evans or something. Like, I'd take the gamble on that. You know, something like that. But you'd have to get some... It'd have to be something really specially creative. Miss my super chat, Young? Probably not, my boy. There's a ton of them here. I'm going through them. I know every show somebody thinks I'm missing a super chat, but there's literally like a boatload that I'm going through, bro. I'm not caught up. You know what I mean? Except my Javonte Williams for Rashee Rice. I would take Rashee Rice in a second. Also got offered Benson for 50% of my fab. I'd also take that. If I trade Williams, my running backs would be just Bijan and JCM. That's okay. You got the fab. You got Benson. You're doing it live. Nice job, Dub. Dub with the dub. And if Benson got dropped, I'd do a full low drop on him. So, you know. Smitty just traded Cook, Rice, and B-Rob for Brees and Debo. Cook, Rice, and B-Rob for... Yes. I like that, bro. Smitty approved. I like it. And then any other moves, just trying to get rid of Tyreek Hill. Get Harvey if you can. Get Evans if you can. Get Ladd if you can. Get, obviously, trade, you know, whatever you can combine to go get those Hampton and boys. Appreciate you very much. Okay, little, thank you. I'm not missing anybody's super chat. You can see them coming in. I'm not answering them faster than they're coming in. So, like, I'm really doing my best to answer these. They're literally blowing, you know, straight into the door and lining up. So, but Bo Nix got dropped for Fields. J-Mo got dropped for Hollywood. I got a first waiver wire pick. Who do I get? I got Mahomes. Okay. Bo got dropped for Fields. And J-Mo got dropped for Hollywood. You've got to go after J-Mo. Pick up J-Mo. That's potentially a league-winning player. Isn't that amazing that people give up on players that quickly? J-Mo has got dropped in his league. It's insane. You got to always check who gets dropped. You know, we're so quick to just see who got picked up. Make sure you're checking who's getting dropped. PPR pick 2 flex between Waddle, JCM, Golden, Harvey, Strange. Start Penix or Burrow. Come on, bro. Stop with the Burrow stuff. Why are we asking questions about Burrow? Why are we asking questions about whether we're dropping Burrow or starting Burrow or not? Pick 2 to flex between Waddle, JCM, Golden, Harvey. Let's go Harvey and JCM. And we're starting Burrow. I don't know why you would even consider not starting Burrow. Jeez. Don't do that again, man. Pay Burrow his respects, man. That's crazy. That's crazy to consider sitting Burrow. I love Penix Jr., but hey, Smitty, got Fannin in both of my leagues. Are we starting him over Hawkinson and Andrews? Yes, we are. And should we look to be trading them? I'd look to be trading Hawkinson right now. Like Hawkinson and a player. Hawkinson for Mike Evans. Hawkinson for Lamakonki. Hawkinson for Harvey. Those are my best buy low opportunities that I can recommend. But definitely looking to shop them. And if you couple them with someone else, you might get Lad. 12-team need to do 2-for-1 trade. Chase Brown, Hampton, Lamb, Adams, Bulka, DK, like the team a lot. Ridley's maybe tradable. Judkins might be, but the news is not great right now that he's meeting with the NFL, period. Mason, and they could just say, hey, I want you to keep your head on straight. We're going to go ahead and, ignore the situation, whatever. I don't know. We have no idea. But Adams and Ridley, Adams, and, it's kind of tough. Like, Judkins and Adams for one player, like Ladd, Hampton, Hendy, Judkins for Harvey straight up. Ridley and Judkins for Mike Evans. Those would be good. Travis Hunter. I want you to go get Travis Hunter. Go give up Judkins and honestly, Judkins and Ridley for Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter is so underrated. I don't understand what people are thinking. I have Purdy and Daniel Jones, and Penix is on waivers. Who should I drop? Daniel Jones. I don't believe in Daniel Jones at all. I don't even understand how someone in the right mind could. Tucker Kraft for Fannin straight up. I take. You can't deny that there's intrigue here for Fannin, but you also are taking on a lot of risk. So I would say Fannin for me, and or Kraft or Ollie for Fannin and Benson. I'd take Fannin and Benson probably. Yeah, other team has HN. I could understand that. I definitely love hanging on to Ollie, but I also love the opportunity that you got there. So trade D. Sampson, Burrow, and St. Brown for Genty and McBride. D. Sampson, Burrow, and St. Brown for Genty, McBride. I don't know your quarterback situation, so it's going to be hard to truly answer this. But I'd say McBride and Genty overall is the best value if it's a 1 QB. But that's a really, really tough call. Very, very solid team, though. Very solid trade. But if it's 1 QB, trade Walker for Evans and Mason. Yes, take Evans and Mason and run. That's a great return. And then you can maybe even flip Evans if he has a big game. Or keep him. Start Hunter, Debo, London, or Hendy. I'm starting London, then Debo, then Hendy in that order, and then Hunter. But solid, Kirkwood. You got some potential trade pieces, which you may have to wait on for right now. But Amon-Ra St. Brown and who? Or Amon-Ra St. Brown and who? Harvey, Sharps, Benson for JJ. So Amon-Ra, and don't trade Harvey. Amon-Ra and Benson, if you can do that. But if you have to give up Sharps, I would. I wouldn't give up Harvey, honestly. I just wouldn't do it. He's a freaking league winner, bro. Sorry, brother. Appreciate you. Young, no problem, my boy. No problem. Let me go find your super chat. All right, Young. 1 second. Let me find it. Where's Young at? Young. Where are you, Young? There you are. You're second in line anyway. So let's go. Young right here. 10-man PPR. Do I trade my Chuba Hubbard and Nico for his BTJ and Chase Brown? Yeah. And also, what do you think of Pearsall? I like him, but I think everyone's just going nuts over him. Yes, I do that trade. Smitty approved on the trade, and Pearsall's good.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Pearsall's good, but I'm trading him for Harvey straight up, Travis Hunter straight up, doing it live. You know what I'm saying? Young, that's easy, light work. The fact that he's got the value he's got, you got to take advantage of it the best you can while you can. Sharps or JCM in week 2. I'm going to go JCM for safety, but Sharps will potentially overtake him in value. Pick up Sampson. Who do you drop? B-Rob Jr. or Rashad White? Rashad White. Start Bucky, Genty, Garrett Wilson, Debo. Should I go Hollywood or Pickens in the flex? I go Pickens, bro. Don't doubt Pickens. Don't give up on Pickens. Pickens was in a crazy situation. Caribbean, you dropped a blank $20 hauler. Appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Make sure you guys put the it's almost impossible for me to find anybody's corresponding message with all these chats getting dropped. It's not like you think where it's like, hey, my message is right next to it. By the time I pull it up, bro, I have nothing near me. Only QB, Knicks. Trade JCM for Fields. No. Bro, you don't need a QB. Knicks is going to be fine. I don't mind trading for Fields, but not using JCM. Thornton Jr. If not, shop Thornton Jr. or Ollie for Penix. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's a much better way to attack that, for sure. Thank you very much. Let me see if I can find these $20 haulers. We got a $20 hauler from Official. He gets immediate attention. Official, thank you so much, young man, for dropping that wad on screen, you bad boy. Appreciate you. We got a $20 hauler by Caribbean. It's empty, but I'll try and find if there's a corresponding message. But please, guys, drop the message in the super chat. It makes it really hard to find it. This one here from Castro. Castro with a $20 wad. My boy, coming in strong today. Castro.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Let's see here. Somebody said, sorry, Smitty, on the voice to text came in wrong on your name. That's right. We'll see what you said. Smutty. Smitty, 10-man, have another super chat. I have Alan, Genty, Hendy, Bill, Kamara, Ollie, Worthy, Tet, Ricky, Kraft, Fannin. Is it good or bad trade? I have Alan, Genty, Hendy, Bill, Kamara, Ollie, London, Worthy, Tet. Is it good or a bad trade? I don't see a trade here, Castro. What is this? 10-man, have another super chat. Okay, I'll look for it. Castro. Maybe I already covered it, Castro. Thank you very much, my boy. Castro. Trade my London Kamara for Buka and Lad. London Kamara for Buka Lad. Buka Lad. I like Buka Lad. I think I already answered that one already. I have Alan, Genty, Hendy, Bill, Kamara, Ollie. Oh, so Buka Lad. Yes, I like that trade, Buka Lad. But I see Kamara here, so you're saying you made that trade. I like it. Good or bad trade? Good trade. Kamara, I'm trying to get rid of anyway, and I like Buka so much, bro. And if it's the other way around, I wouldn't have given up Buka. But if you gave up Kamara and you got Lad's on the rise, bro, Lad's going to be a fantastic player this year, and I very much think you worked that trade pretty well. And I definitely think Kamara is going to end up falling apart, as I've said all offseason long. So it reminds me a lot of Joe Mixon. Probably have a big year here and there, but then fall off the face of the earth. Drop Golden for Butte, I would not. That's a very quick giving up reaction to somebody you love so much. They laughed at me for picking up Fannin. They'll see. How would somebody laugh at? He's the most sought after player now on waivers. People laugh because they didn't get him. That's why they laughed. Make no mistake about it. They're laughing because they're jealous. Caribbean, appreciate you dropping the super chat. Again, I don't know if you dropped a corresponding message anywhere. Caribbean. Oh, he did initially. Okay, I found it. Make sure you include it in the super chat if you can, my boy. Thank you so much. Rate my team. Nix, Penix Jr., Chase Brown, Bucky, London, Ladd, Sutton, Tyler Warren, Hendy, Bill, Sharbs, Ollie, Fannin, Pearsall, Manor. Should I make any moves? So I love Chase Brown, Bucky, London, Ladd, Sutton. Like the team a lot. I think it's very solid. You got Hendy. I'm assuming you can start Hendy in a flex. And if so, I'm good. And what I try and do is trade Sutton and Bill, Sharbs and Sutton. Ladd and Bill, or Ladd and Sharbs too, if you can go like as high as Nico or Lamb or something like that. But if not, Sutton and Bill, or Sutton and Sharbs, or Sutton, Sharbs, and Fannin. You throw Fannin in, Pearsall and Sharbs, Pearsall, Bill, Pearsall, and Sutton to try and go get a player that's underrated like Nico right now. That's too cheap. He shouldn't be that cheap. Try and go get a player like Genty, Hampton using Sutton and Charbonnet, or Bill and Sutton to get Hampton right now is a steal. I think your team's really good. I don't think you necessarily need to do anything. Bucky, Chase Brown, and Hendy with London and Ladd is fantastic. You could go quarterback upgrade, like maybe you trade potentially a Bill and Penix Jr. to go get a Mahomes that's doubted. But I'm not freaking out on Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix still has he's top number 7 quarterback last year. So just keep the faith in that. To me, the moves are Bill, Sharbs, Sutton, and Pearsall just trying to maneuver that. Going and getting Harvey, even if you don't necessarily need him for a Pearsall right now, and just selling high. Going and getting, I would say Lad McConkey, but you already got him. Like, that's one of the best buy lows right now. Mike Evans for, let's call it Sutton, if you wanted to take a little bit of a gamble. Sutton's pretty nice, though. Maybe you do Bill and Sutton could get you Hampton. Bill and Sutton might get you, Bill Sutton Sharps might get you Genty. Go to the Walker owner, see what running back they have. Give them Sharps and Bill for their running back. Give them Sharps and Sutton for something. I don't necessarily need to trade anything on this team, though. And you might be better off waiting on those 2 player values later, because a lot of these guys are going to go up in value after this week. So you trade them now. It's good if you can get full price on credit. But traded C. Hubbard. Thank you for the super chat, Caribbean. Appreciate you. Traded C. Hubbard, Benson for Harvey, Higgins. League mates laughed at me. Traded Hubbard and Benson for Harvey and T. Higgins. League mates laughed at me. My team now is Penix, Bijan, Harvey, Garrett Wilson. Well, I mean, look, Chuba's nice, but Harvey will be better than him, at some point. And then if not, T. Higgins is making up the difference. I don't know why anybody would laugh at that trade. Like your team a lot, looking pretty solid, bro. 14-teamer is tough, and you got a good, solid core. You're really waiting on Worthy. Would I try and trade like T. Higgins and Worthy right now? Yeah. Would I trade Worthy for Evans right now? Yes, I would. Would I trade Worthy for Lad McConkey and give up something small to get it done? I would. Would I trade Higgins and Worthy right now for Lad comes to mind as one of my favorite buy lows. Would I trade Worthy for Evans straight up and take the waiting game out? Yeah. The concern, yes, I would. Official, I love the team. Let them laugh, bro. Let them laugh. Let them laugh. Still believe in Achane even if the Dolphins are buns? Yeah, I mean, to a degree, bro. Like, what are we going to do? Run away from it? Act like it's trash? Is there risk now that is sitting there? Yeah, there is. But am I getting rid of it, running away? No. Rank these: Ingram, Fan, and Pitts. I'm going to go Fan and Pitts in that order. Appreciate you very much. Trade Pearsall for Pollard. I'd say you can get more, but it's not bad if you need a running back. Starting Buka over London. I'm starting probably... You know what? I go back and forth on that. I've given 2 different answers. I probably lean toward Ibuka because of the injury for now. But, like, overall, hard to say, like, what I would do. If someone offered me London, I'd probably say it's pretty damn even. Walker, Kamara for Achane. I would take Achane in a heartbeat. I don't know why in the hell anybody wouldn't. Give me afternoon, Smitty. Butte or JCM in the flex. I'm going to go JCM. That's not even a question. I don't know why that's a question. Schmidt, this is probably the one. Schmidt got trade offer Hampton for Kenneth Walker and Tyreek. I'd take Hampton in a millisecond. That's how you do it. We got this one here. Trade Barkley and Pickens for Lamb and Harvey. Lamb and Harvey, Lamb-based. Actually, no. I wouldn't say Lamb-based. Lamb and Harvey are nice. I like that side better, but it is close. It will Lamb-based once Harvey's on his horse. Right now, it's even. $10 hauler, 12-man, no tight end, PPR league. JD5 Hampton, Chase, Harvey, Swift. Okay. I got offered Hendy, Ladd, Tet, McMillan for Lamb and Olave. Give me the Hendy Ladd side. Ladd's good, bro. That's a good trade. I like that side better. Picked up Fannin, thinking of using Brock Bowers as trade bait. I don't mind it if you get the right deal, along with T. Higgins, Harvey, for Lamb, Neighbors, or Genty. Yeah, make sure if you're doing it, you're getting Bowers for Genty. Genty's got lower value right now than he should. Lamb, I definitely would do it for Lamb. Like Bowers for Lamb, you're going to have to pay that price. But Genty, you could get more. Neighbors, you might be able to get a little more, or some sort of 2-for-2 even trade that you like a little bit better. But I definitely would take Lamb straight up. And, it's a gamble, but would you draft Lamb over Bowers? Yes. So, don't mind doing that trade. Would you draft Genty over Bowers? You would. But now you can get a little more, so do it. Just made a trade in a 12-team. JCM is my running back, too, looking to upgrade. Team is QB, Purdy, and Williams. I know I don't like them. Gibbs, okay. JCM, Sampson. CD, BTJ, Buka, love the team. Love the team. Just made a trade in my 12-man. I don't know if you told me what the trade is, but I like the team a lot. Like, am I trying to upgrade Purdy? Sure. Would I use JCM and Purdy to get Mahomes or something like that? Yes, I would. Do I think having Gibbs and JCM is important? Probably, given that you don't know what you don't have another running back that you could even use, so you kind of almost can't even do that. JCM, Samson. Let's see. Samson's interesting though. Like you could roll light, but I think you got to keep JCM. Maybe JCM and Samson together for something. Maybe JCM for Harvey. You take a gamble. I mean, it's not even that big of a gamble, but you took a gamble on getting that top 10 running back for JCM now. And I like JCM more now than I like Harvey potentially, but Harvey, I believe I will love a lot more later. Devontae Smith and JCM for Hampton. Devontae Smith and Odunze and JCM. Devontae Smith, Odunze, and JCM for Hendy or Hampton. That's probably where I'm going with this team. Swing away, Merrill. Try and get something along those lines. Thank you very much for the super chat. Drop Ingram for Penix Jr. got Fannin. I would definitely do that. Appreciate you. Move Hampton and Burden for Genty and Hendy, or Hendy. Hampton and Burden. I would take Genty. I think Hampton and Burden for Hendy's tied close, but I would say I'd rather have Hendy by a hair. Yeah. So Genty for sure, though. If I get to choose, I want that side. All right, let me go back up here and go through the super chats here in order in which they were received. Mahomes, Gibbs, Kyron, Javonte, Blue, Igbuka, Ladd, Worthy, Hunter, Horton. Okay, who do I start for Worthy? And your rating? I mean, the team's good. It's hard to say. There's a lot going on here that like Worthy that we can't judge you for right now. Hunter, I guess I don't know what your requirements are for your flex, but I would say Mahomes, Gibbs, Kyron are your starters. Then Igbuka and Ladd are your two wide receivers, and Hunter is your third best player. So you're rolling with that. I like Hunter over Javonte, but you could go either way. And if you need another one, Javonte. And I'd say this is like a 7.9 until you're getting like Worthy and everybody back on full capacity. So it's unfortunate that you lost Worthy. Ladd, Wilson, Hunter, Flowers, Henry, Bucky, Hendy, great running backs. Bench, JCM, Sharps, like the team. Any moves? Probably just saying you stand pat unless you can move maybe like Flowers to upgrade your tight end situation or something like that. Flowers and something to upgrade a tight end. But I like the squad a lot. I don't think I'm going crazy or making huge moves right now because you're moving the lineup pieces, and the only bench piece you have to move will be Sharps or JCM, and they will gain value. So just hang tight more than anything. Thank you. Appreciate you for your super chat. JD5 Gibbs, this squad right here. JD5 Gibbs, Chase Brown, Amon-Ra, London, Igbuka, Hendy, Fannin, Sharps, Rice. Should I make any moves for Genty or Debo? I definitely am trading for Genty any chance I get. I'm grabbing our boy. Would I trade, let's say, I don't think you can get Genty very easily though, my man. I just don't think it's something that's attainable unless you're moving Gibbs or Chase Brown, and I don't think I want to do that. So I guess I would ask myself, I guess if you could trade Hendy, like Hendy and maybe Judkins and Pickens or something, or Rice and Hendy for Genty, sure, I do that. I do those trades. I move Rice right now if I can to just get some now value, but you almost don't need to as well because your team's so good. I would say as long as you can start Hendy, I'm rolling with this team right now. I don't think I make any trades. I wait on Rice. I think there's too much going on. Like, who are you going to bench? Who are you going to move out of the way? There's just too much going on with this team to even like, if you made a 2-for-1 trade, you're still in a dilemma. Just wait and let some of it fester and manifest and build in value. I think sometimes some of you trading would be a bad thing. And that team, I just feel like we're forcing it. If a trade comes in that you like, let's take it. Take it by trade. But I'm not actively shopping that team. 12, full PPR, Josh, Allen, Jacobs, Kamara, London, T-Mac, Aaron Jones, Toot, and Olave. Someone just dropped JMO. Should I drop a full load drop on JMO? Absolutely, bro. JMO is a fantastic ad right now. Imagine, a week, 2 weeks ago, someone saying, hey, JMO's on waivers. You would have lost your shiat. You know what I'm saying? Offered HN and Ollie for Gibbs. Yeah. Traded Hill. Traded Hill and Walker for Jacobs. Smitty approved. And I'm not even like, I'm not saying I'm an anti-Jacobs person at all. Like, I'd look to flip him after this, but I definitely keep him at that value. That's winning league value. Need running back help. Trade Kittle for his bill. Yeah, with Kittle being out as long as he is, it's definitely a solid move. You know, it is what it is. May or Penix this week. I'm going to go Penix Jr., my boy. Do we pick up Rashee Rice? Yeah. Thoughts on Hollywood? Do we pick up Rashee Rice? Is that top 5 wide receiver out there? You bet your bottom dollar. Hollywood's okay. Half PPR start Hollywood, Ridley, or Pickens. What is this? Mickey Mouse land? Pickens. That where Rashee Rice is on waivers. What is this? Mickey Mouse world? Adams, McLaurin, Travis Hunter, PPR need 2. I'm probably going to go with McLaurin and Travis Hunter. Adams and McLaurin's probably your safest bet, but if you want high risk, high reward, McLaurin and Hunter. Honestly, you're going to get that wrong. It's one of those things you're going to get wrong like half the time. There's just no way you're going to pick that right. I mean, Hunter could outscore Adams. Adams could outscore Hunter. It's a tough call. Should I still stash Ollie Gordon off waivers? I would in general in a vacuum, yes. But it depends on what you got to, hold or drop. Start Pitts or Fannin this week. I go Fannin. We've been saying Fannin all week. It's a high risk, high reward play. Pitts is pretty solid and safe. Rank Hollywood, Shakir, Quentin Johnson. I'd probably say Hollywood and Quentin Johnson in that order. But if you're starting any of those guys this week, you're kind of in trouble. Trade my Jamar Chase for Genty and a second. No, bro. Jamar Chase. Or should I ask for more? You should ask for more. You should be getting something like Harvey back, like a doubted Harvey right now. That's definitely not the best move to make right now, I don't think, bro. This one here from George. George, appreciate you. Alan Barkley. Should I rock B. Hall or Hampton at the flex? Probably B. Hall until proven otherwise. And then Evans for Hampton. Traded Evans for Hampton. Got Sharps. Nice job, my boy. Definitely Hall deserves the nod right now. 10-team Superflex want to use HN for Harvey. His team is okay. Well, I mean, HN should get you Harvey, and I would say more than JMO. I would want Mike Evans. It's Superflex, so I mean, I don't think you get an upgrade in quarterback or anything, and the Joe Burrow depends on who you have. But I don't know that JMO would be enough. HN deserves a lot. You gotta. I'd probably say no. I like Harvey. I do. If this is Dynasty, I don't know. You didn't say if it's Dynasty. If it's Dynasty, maybe. Ideas, maybe package May and HN for Burrow and Harvey. I mean, I guess if it's Dynasty, yes. If it's not Dynasty, I still do that in Superflex. Smitty approved that if you pull that off. I definitely believe in Harvey enough that I'm making that trade. So either way, Dynasty or redraft, especially Dynasty, I think I like it. How long do I hold Parasol? I mean, he just did well. So I don't know what you mean by that. Do I sell high? I would sell high. Also, can't see Chuba Hubbard giving playoff wins. What are some trade ideas? Hubbard for Hampton, Hubbard for Hendy, Hubbard for Ladd, McConkey, and something potentially. Harvey and Ladd would be one of the top ideas. I would cook up something like that, bro. This is a $20 hauler from Ron. I'm sorry about the delay on this one, my boy. Appreciate you. I think this is
alert.
a $20 hauler.
Super chat alert.
Thank you very much, my boy, for dropping the wad. 18 Lamar, Bajan, Hubbard, Hendy, JCM, Sharps, BTJ, Nico. What a team. Ibuka, Evans. Love the team. Harvey on waivers. Should I drop someone and picking him up? Absolutely. Also traded Kelsey, Evans, Hubbard for Tyler Warren and Jacobs. Traded Kelsey, Evans, Hubbard. Yeah, I'm okay with that Jacobs and Tyler Warren trade. And as far as Harvey, drop the full amount. He's a league winner. Who would I drop, though, from your team? It's not like you have it's 18 team league. It's so hard. I mean, I guess you drop Tyreek Hill. If that's your worst player, I don't know how else to advise you to make a cut. But Harvey needs to be on waiver, or needs to not be on waivers any longer. He needs a home. But Tyreek Hill, could he bounce back? Certainly could. So hard to say. I'm not saying I that's an easy call, but it is what it is. Let me see if I have, I think the super chat is the next one. 14-man league, Burrow, Rogers, Bucky. Burrow, Rogers, Bucky, Gibbs, Hendy, Sampson, Buka, Worthy, Thornton. Okay, stand down or make any trades. Appreciate it. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Look, I mean, Bucky, Gibbs, and Hendy with Burrow is insane. Even if you didn't have great receivers, I'd be fine with it. And you got Buka and Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice coming back. there's not much to move here. I don't want you to sacrifice your lineup, especially your core, to try and fill this wide receiver void. Just because Keenan Allen can step up, Worthy, we'll see how long he's out. Buka, Rice, you're gonna catch fire once Rice is back. I'm standing down, definitely standing down, and letting that team work for me. And just keep vigilant on the waiver wire. Make sure you don't leave Tesla out there. Keenan Allen was a great grab. Thoughts on this team? Nix, Bucky, Chase Brown, Lamb, and Jigba, MHJ, Hunter, Rice, etc. How's my team? What moves do you make? Love the running backs. I believe in Nix. I love Lamb and Jigba. I love MHJ. Your bench is phenomenal. Travis Hunter, Rice, Harvey. Maybe you try and use like one of the Harvey, Hunter, Rice to upgrade into a top 3 or 4 quarterback. But honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to just waiting and letting Harvey and Travis Hunter and Rice gain value. Your lineup is so strong, you will survive. So unless it's a quarterback upgrade, I'm not really worried about making a trade. Unless maybe you trade like MHJ and Hunter, MHJ and Rice, and got like a Lamb or something, which I don't know that you would get. You could also potentially try and trade like a Hunter and MHJ for Nico if you wanted to just get into the Nico game right now, undervalued. But I honestly would not be opposed to standing down unless I'm getting a Lamb for that combo of players on the bench with MHJ. Like, it's worth it to go get Lamb. It's not worth it to barely upgrade an MHJ's like closer to Nico than we ever thought, and you gave up Harvey, and Harvey's a league winner. You're probably better off waiting and let Harvey get the value. 10-team full PPR. What are your thoughts on trading Mike Evans, K9, and Golden for Hendy? I would take Hendy and Pearsall for sure, and DJ Moore. And then I maybe flip Pearsall and DJ Moore with something later, but that is a smash of a trade, my boy. Smitty approved that trade for sure. 10-team, I got Mahomes, A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, Gibbs, Hall, Fannin. Bench is Cup, Monty, Debo. Debo on the bench is rough. You got to get him in your lineup somehow. Any upgrades? I guess I would say with your lineup, it's A.J. Brown. I put in Debo over A.J. Brown, first of all. A.J. Brown's injured. And I trade A.J. Brown. And I'm honestly considering trading CMC too, because you could get like right now you could get Derrick Henry, it seems. A lot of people traded CMC for Henry straight up, and I've done that. I definitely think that's a solid move. I think that, you throw A.J. Brown in a 2-for-2. Maybe you get somebody slightly underrated, but you like better than A.J. Brown. Let's say like a Lab McConkey. That might make the CMC trade happen. So I'm definitely shopping CMC for Henry. I'm shopping CMC for Genty and a major like Nico upgrade from A.J. Brown or a Lamb upgrade from A.J. Brown. Start there. See what CMC can get you. If you like CMC, keep him, bro. I don't want to talk you out of keeping CMC, but he's going to get injured. I'm almost certain of that. I can't guarantee it, but took your advice and swapped Barkley for more wide receiver running back depth. I have Harvey, Chase Brown, Amon-Ra. I don't know what you traded, though. You got to get the world for Barkley, so I hope you did. Chase Brown, Amon-Ra, Olave, Fannin picks. I don't know. It seems like you might have undersold them, though. I'm looking at this, and I'm wondering what you got. Unless you got Chase Brown and Amon-Ra, you may have undersold. But as far as this team, which looks kind of light, you have Harvey, Chase Brown, Amon-Ra, that can't be all that you have. I don't know what you did on that trade, but I would say your team's looking a little light, and you can't really sell any of those players right now. So I don't know how you would upgrade this situation. Chase Brown maybe for like, Hampton and like a Ladd type of situation. Hendy and Ladd for Chase Brown like that. That's something I consider, but I don't know. Looks like you lost a couple players in the swaps or something, because that can't be all you have. Let me know if there's anything I'm missing. I traded away Dak and I received Hunter. Okay. 1 QB league. Yeah, definitely. Already have Hurts. Fantastic. I have Rice, Ibuka, Debo. Nice job. Smitty approved for sure. That's how I operate. I love that. My starters are Dak, Dylan Sampson, JT, T. Higgins, CD, Puka. Love the team. Bench. Okay. Mooney trades. Should I do any trades? I would say T. Higgins and JT for one player makes some sense for me. Genty, etc. I don't know if T. Higgins has a lot of value right now, but that's something I'm certainly looking at. Maybe you sell Fannin high if you feel comfortable doing so. Bo Nix and T. Higgins for a slight quarterback upgrade. Dylan Sampson could be thrown in there. But I don't hate Dak, just so you know. I think he's pretty solid. Full PPR Strange or Fannin this week. We're going to go Fannin. This one here, drop Kyler for Penix. I would rather have Penix Jr., but I don't know that I'd drop Kyler. I'd probably keep both. Fannin or Hawkinson. I'm going to go Fannin this week, but I don't Hawkinson, and I trade Hawkinson. Who to start? Running back 2, have PPR. Jalen Warren, JCM, but Sampson's nice. He really is. He's so safe. A lot of PPR work. BTJ for JSN and Igbuka. I'd take JSN and Igbuka for BTJ, absolutely. I dropped $52 on Fannin in the week, and the next bid was $9. Didn't realize I was in a grandma league. Look, you got to know that I can't. Yeah, when we say full low drop, you really got to fully know your league, because your league might be a complete conservative group. So that's why we can never. That's why I say I can never give you a number. Who should I drop and start my flex? Hunter, JCM, or Zay? Who should you start at your flex? Probably, I would say Zay Flowers is the safest, but they're all really good. Hunter is the higher risk, higher reward play. But I'd say Zay Flowers right now is the safest. Who should I start in my flex? JCM, Sampson, or Allen? Keenan Allen. I'd say JCM in that question. It's a really, really tough call, though. And it's redraft, by the way, sent May Achan for Burrow Harvey. Jeez. May Achan for Burrow Harvey. I like that. Fantastic. I like it a lot, bro. All right, let's see here. Andrew, appreciate your super chat, $10 holler. Have Henry, Gibbs, Achan. Like it. Got offered this trade. I give Gibbs, ETN, and Pittman. Receive Bucky, Cook, and Reed. Give me Gibbs and ETN right now, the way they're playing. It's tough. Tough call. Very close. Burrow, Hampton, JCM. Likely any moves. JCM is always a good trade piece, even though I love him. I'm assuming this is super flex. Yes, it is. So you got it crushing it with the QBs. Honestly, man, nope. I'm not making any trades but you got to get Debo. Yeah, maybe you got to get Debo in the lineup. How do you do that? Debo over Hunter for right now, or Debo over JCM. If I guess JCM's your running back. Debo over Hunter. Maybe you're trading Hunter and JCM, or Debo and JCM for that Genty, or that potential, like Hampton's a nice. Oh, you got Hampton. Damn it. Genty's the guy I'm trying to get somehow, bro. Debo and JCM for Genty. People sell them that low right now. They do. Achan. I'd take a gamble on Achan in that situation. Past that, I think I let the value ferment and kind of build and grow, bro. Because there's a lot. That's a lot of. Oh, I just. Oh man. Derek, let's see here. I just got rid of a super chat. Hold on a second. I might have messed up on somebody's super chat, guys. Derek, Edgar. I think maybe this was it. I'm not sure. Half PPR start Hollywood, Ridley, or Pickens. Pickens. I think that might have been it. Could have been this one here. Do we pick up Rice? Thoughts on Hollywood? I already got to that one. Adams, McLaurin, Hunter, PPR need 2. I'm going Hunter, or I'm going, I already answered this one, I think. McLaurin and Adams are safe. Hunter's high risk, high reward. Any moves? JD5 Burrow, like that's the fantastic trade, bro. Should I still stash Ollie off waivers? Yes. Guys, I might have, maybe this was it. I might have knocked somebody's super chat off. I think this was it. 0.5 PPR, 1 wide receiver, 1 wide receiver. JJ Pickens are your 1 and 2. Running backs are Kyron and JCM. Who do you flex out of Sharps, Ridley, Sampson? I'm going to go Sampson for safety, Sharps, high risk, high reward. I think I fall on going with Sharps personally. But I'm crazy, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you. Would you trade Igbuka for Genty? Need running back help? Yes, I probably would. But I love Buka. That's what Buka is going to have to cost for me. Butte, Jordan Mason in the flex this week. Going to go Mason, bro. He ran tough. Debo likely, or Fannin, Hunter, and Addison. Debo and Likely, or Fannin, Hunter, Addison. Give me Fannin, Hunter, Give me Fannin, Hunter, and Addison, personally. But that's really close. I believe in Hunter. 6 catches. I love that people doubt him. And I like Fannin enough. Have Achane drop Gordon for Tootin or Benson. I'd say Tootin, Benson, Gordon in that order would be my rank. Not that I don't want to own all 3, but if I had to rank them, that's what I'd say. Trey Pollard plus JCM for Genty, of course. That's how you do it. When people say you can't do crazy trades, look what he just did. If that's even doable. Can you rate my team? Knicks, Igbuka, Pearsall, Henry, Brown, Chase Brown, Hendy. Like the squad a lot. I think if I was to rate it, I would say, with Henry, Brown, and Hendy as your running backs, and Buka, Pearsall as your wide receivers, I'd say you're a 7.5 until Hendy explodes, till Pearsall proves me wrong and is a top, high-end wide receiver 2 all year. And Bo Nix needs to rebound. Trades, I don't know that I'm making any moves unless and I don't think I do this yet, but if you feel like you had to divide Henry into 2 pieces, you want to get Genty in like a lad form or something. It'd have to be massive. And then I would strongly consider it if I felt like I was in dire need. But Brian, let's wait a bit before we start considering trading Henry or anything, because he's a monster. But I definitely would consider like Genty, big name wide receiver. Weak at wide receiver, got offered Sutton and McLaurin for my Hampton. Hampton for one of those. I'd do Hampton for BTJ or Garrett Wilson, but preferably BTJ. I don't know that I'd do the other trade because I think I want to wait on Hampton. So appreciate your super chat. Thank you very much. Building, appreciate you. Team Jaden Daniels, Kamara, Tyrone Tracy, Allen, Lamb, Laporta, Devontae. Full PPR. Someone is offering Pacheco for Harvey. I want Harvey over Pacheco by a country mile, bro. I mean, Harvey's way better than Pacheco. Harvey's a league winner, my boy. A league winner. Absolute straight savage league winning player. So if you're trying to trade him away, you're making a grave mistake. Got offered my JD5, Hendy, and DK for Genty, Hunter, Fields, and Tootin. I have ETN. JD5, Hendy, DK for JT, Travis, Hunter, Fields. No, JD5 and Hendy by a country mile. I don't care what backups you have or anything. Not trading JD5 and no way. Took over 0-1 team. Didn't draft full PPR. Bo, Murray, Nico, BTJ. Walker, okay. Braylon picked up Fannin. What's the move? Nico, BTJ is nice. Zay's pretty nice too. Running backs are definitely not good. I guess I'm trying to get into a Hampton, a Hendy, a Harvey. I think Harvey's the easiest one. I think potentially Zay Flowers and Walker for Hendy. I would start there. Hampton, I would start there. Harvey and something. Monty and Zay for Harvey. Zay for Harvey straight up. Harvey might be your meal ticket here. I don't know that there's a lot of other players that feel like they have that kind of power to swing a running back room around. So my goal and sole purpose would be to go get Harvey right now. Past that, I think Sharps is interesting by himself using like a Zay, but that's a tough team to turn around. Past that, you might have to move one of the wide receivers for like a lad and a Hampton, or a lad and a player like that. Try that next. Who should I start this week? Thank you for the super chat. Njoku, Fannin, or Andrews. I'm going Fannin, baby. Start JCM, Pacheco, or Olave, or Sampson in the flex. JCM or Sampson, probably JCM. Another league, Ertz or Fannin. Let's go Fannin. Appreciate your super chat. And then if I missed anybody's, this is the last one. Please right now. And if you just put a question mark and I already answered it, it's going to defeat the purpose of this. Like, hey, you stepped out for coffee, and then I got to go reread everybody's. I'm only going to try this 1 or 2 times, and if we miss on it, then I'm not going to be able to do it. If I dropped your super chat, put a red question mark, the emoji, not a question mark, the red question mark emoji. Put a couple of them and let me know if I missed your super chat. 10-team PPR: Lamar, CMC, Achane, Hunter, Terry, Ridley, Kelsey, Bench, Ollie, Aaron Jones, Johnston, Fannin. Any moves here? I think we probably, if this is me, we're probably sitting tight or trading CMC. We're trading CMC for Genty and a lad. We're trading CMC for Genty and a player. I'm trading CMC for a running back and a wide receiver, preferably as high as Hendy, and then I get a bigger wide receiver, or that's all I'm doing. I mean, I don't know that this team feels like it's winning with Worthy injured without that move, personally. Who should you start, Pearsall or Keenan Allen? I'd probably go Pearsall for now, Trev, but it's a good question, and you could go either way. Giving Jones, thank you for the super chat. Giving Jones, Aaron Jones Sr., Reed, Walker for Genty. That's how you do it. Yeah. Take a lap for even asking, but take a victory lap and pat yourself on the back as you jog around that victory track. Fannin or Pitts? I'm going to go Fannin, but it's really close. I mean, we like Pitts a lot this week, especially with London. He's playing, but he's banged up still a little bit. So any moves I should make, then rate my team. Building, I don't have a team in front of me. If you said something a while ago, you got to put it in the super chat, my boy, because I can't go searching for another team somewhere. You got to put it in the message, my man. I'll try and find it in a second here on the way out the door, but I got to have it in the question. A 12-man PPR, two flex. I have Bijan, Bucky, Sharps, Ibuka, Higgins, Hunter, Worthy, Rice. Do I make any moves? Worthy injury hurt. Yes, it did. I would probably say with this squad, I have Bijan, Bucky, Sharps, Ibuka, Higgins. I'm sitting tight on Hunter and Ibuka, and I'm trying to trade maybe Higgins and Worthy for one player. Higgins and Worthy for I mean, even Evans makes sense here. Buy low on Evans. I know you got Buka, but that kind of protects you in a way. But I would say Ladd. Ladd makes sense to me. I just think Ladd can overperform. I think Nico, Higgins and Worthy for Nico. Rice and Worthy maybe is attracted to somebody for a Nico. Don't trade Bucky. Don't trade Bijan. You could look to trade Sharps and Higgins for like Nico. You could trade Sharps and Worthy for Nico. Nico's very underrated. St. Brown as well. Those two guys, if you want to go smash Megan, appreciate you with the super chat. Trade options, number one. Trade away Hollywood plus Bigsby for me to get Benson. I would definitely take Benson. The other option is Hollywood and Bigsby for Charbonnet. Take Charbonnet and run. There's no reason you should be getting Charbonnet right now in that trade. There's absolutely no way. Building, let me see if I can find this super chat somewhere, my boy. Okay, here it is. Any moves I should make and rate my team. Team is Jaden Daniels, Kamara, Tracy, Keenan Allen, Lamb, Laporta, Devontae Smith, benches RJ Harvey. Love RJ Harvey. I love RJ Harvey, bro. Worthy, Tootin. So I don't know if anybody's gonna buy Worthy, but Worthy and Tracy for I don't even know what you can get. Evans, the doubt. You're gonna have to go after a doubted player. Just go get Mike Evans. Kamara, I'm trading. I don't like your running backs. I'd say his team is like a 7.0 until you do anything. Maybe even less until you get rid of these RBs, bro. These RBs are not going to cut it. Tracy and Kamara. I'd probably say, bro, you're going to have to trade Kamara for a Harvey and something. That's probably going to be your meal ticket. You're going to have to take a gamble somewhere. You're going to have to trade Kamara for Harvey and Ladd. Kamara for Harvey and Mike Evans. Kamara for potentially, maybe you can get a Hampton, or you could get a Charbonnet and a Ladd or something like that. But I'm definitely trading into two pieces using Kamara. Kamara may or may not get it done. It's hard to say. Tillman, Sharps, or Tracy. Who to start at the flex? I would say, thank you, Building. Appreciate you. Sorry I had to go find that. It took me a minute, but I definitely include it in the message if you can next time so I can hit it harder and faster, my boy. Appreciate you. Start at flex, Tillman, Sharps, or Tracy. Probably Tillman and Sharps right now, but I only like the Sharps piece of that right now. So I don't know. Should I trade Jordan Mason, other running backs, or Gibbs, Harvey? I guess, but like, what are you going to get? Who's going to go get Mason right now for maybe Mike Evans? Mike Evans, Ladd, or Harvey are your best options. Those are the cheapest players that make the most sense right now to go get Mahomes, Bucky, Kamara, Chase. Jamar Chase or Chase Brown? Chase Brown? No, maybe Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, Pickens, Bowers. Wow, good team. Mahomes, Bucky, Kamara. I'm moving Kamara and whatever I can. Kamara and whatever I can to go get that Harvey, that Ladd, that Hendy. And if I got to throw in something like, I don't think you have much to throw in. See what the H-An owner has so you can throw all either way. Like something like that. Addison, I'd throw Addison in to get any of those bad boys into that lineup. Appreciate you, my man. Okay, I got a question mark. Let's see if you're right. Let's see if you're right. I hope you... Let's see. Start Goddard, Fannin, or Ingram. We'll see. Do we sell Igbuka? I did answer this one. And I said don't sell Igbuka. But do I start Fannin over Goddard, Ingram? I would. Ingram's not even probably playing, and if he did, he'd be a huge risk. But I'm starting Fannin, and I don't sell Igbuka unless the right offer comes along. You're talking about Genti, Genti or maybe Nico, something like that. Otherwise, I'm not selling it. I'm not selling him. Feathers saying he didn't even answer his question. Well, you know what, bro? You wanna talk smack? We could put you in timeout or send you packing, because your boy's trying his best, and it's not like I didn't mean to not answer his question, and I think I did. So I think you're wrong. So maybe we'll send you packing if you want to be so critical. And you've been critical before, bro. I've seen you be critical 10,000 times over 10,000. Let me even do a little search and see what you've been saying lately. Looks like you've been on your best behavior possible. So I'm going to give you a pass right now. Smarten up. Fernando. Let me see. You said I missed your super chat. Move Hampton plus Burden for Genti or Hendy. I think I did answer this one too, by the way. I would move Hampton and Burden. I don't think you're going to get that. Hampton and Burden for Genti. Who's going to do that? Hendy, I definitely would take Hendy, but I think they're really close is what I was saying. I definitely would consider them close. All right, last time, because I've answered these. You guys have already answered these. Last one. If this one is one I answered, I can't keep doing this question mark thing, because then I just end up answering everything twice. Xavier, May or Penix this week? I'm almost positive I answered yours as well, bro. Penix for me, it's really close. I could go either direction, but I'm definitely going to say I'm going with Penix Jr. All right, I can't. The question mark thing's not going to work anymore, because everyone just does it because they missed it, and then I end up repeating everyone's question. It's unfortunate that people are ruining the question mark thing, but we can't do it. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anybody's anyway. There might be someone out there. Occasionally, something gets bumped. I'm sorry if that ever happens, but I'm pretty careful about it. So I think at the end of the day, people just stepped out. Jordan Mason for Justin Fields. I'd rather have. I could go either way on that one. Justin Fields, sure. Jordan Mason, sure. It depends on what you need. Hendy or Coleman in the flex. I'm going Hendy. I'm not even hesitating on that one. Hampton or Pickens in the flex. I'm going to go probably Pickens in full PPR for safety. But I think Hampton, at the end of the day, I think I start Hampton. Drop May for Rodgers. No, I would rather have Drake May. I don't believe Aaron Rodgers is going to play like that week in and week out, my boy. Just don't think it's going to happen. Ryan landed Penix and Fannin in both my leagues this morning. You the man. Nice job, my boy. Nice job. Proud of you. Very good job. 10 team. Bucky, Kyron, Harvey, Dobbins, Kittle, Pitts, Lamb, Terry, DJ Moore, Ridley, Hunter, Golden. Any moves to make, Smitty? Love those running backs, my boy. Love those wide receivers, my boy. DJ Moore and Ridley. Get Hunter in the lineup. DJ Moore and Ridley to maybe upgrade that quarterback. That's the only thing I'm doing here. Not touching the RBs, not touching Lamb. Maybe Ridley or Moore to upgrade Terry. So DJ Moore really to upgrade Terry into Lab McConkey or Nico right now, who's doubted. St. Brown, who's doubting right now. Injured Drake London. People feel like they're skating by with him. Do it live. Trade Debo and May for Herbert and JCM. No. Debo and May for Herbert and JCM. I'd rather Debo and May. I think Debo and May. How do you feel about Travis Hunter news? Coach City plan on playing more defense. It's fine. He's that's the plan. I mean, guy caught 6 receptions. I got Fannin, Ferguson, and Pitts. Penix is my QB. Kyron, Hampton, Genty, Hendy, Ollie are my running back. Spears on the bench. Buka, Metcalf, Jamo. Wide receivers, any moves? Kyron, Hampton, Genty, and Hendy, fantastic. As long as you can start all of them. If you can't, you got to maybe make a move. Spears on the bench. Buka, Metcalf, Jamo. So like a Jamo and one of the running backs maybe. But I honestly don't want to trade in those running backs if I can start all 4. So Buka, Metcalf, Jamo. Maybe so BTJ, Buka. Maybe you're consolidating Metcalf and Jamo for one wide receiver. Metcalf and Jamo for St. Brown. Metcalf and Jamo for Nico is probably what I would do if I'm heading in that direction with this team. Love the show, Smitty. Fajita nacho on street tacos or street tacos. I guess street tacos if they're good. My decision for lunch. If they're a good place. But street tacos are not all the same. Appreciate you. And I might want to get tacos for lunch, actually. 12 team Burrow, Bucky, Kenneth Walker, Sharbs, ETN. Trade, I like the team. Trade Walker alone. It's risky. Walker alone. Well, for Harvey. You got to give up something else maybe, but I don't know if I give up what you listed, but I'm trying to get Harvey. Need to, Garrett Wilson, MHJ, Pickens. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson, MHJ. This one here, 12 team full PPR, Dak, Kamara, Lamb, Ibuka, Tillman, Kamara. Man, I don't know. Bill, Sharbs, Bucky, Kamara. I don't know what you could do with this team. Sutton and something. Sutton and Bill for one guy. Sutton, Bill for Harvey if you want to take a gamble. Bill and Sutton for Lab McConkey. Bill and Sutton for Nico Collins. Bill and Sutton for Hampton or Hendy. Hendy specifically. And in some of these cases, I'm throwing out so many names I might not even see. You got someone on the bench. The way you're listing it out of order. Send Kamara, Connor, and Adams to receive JT, George Pickens. Kamara, Connor, Adams for JT. I guess JT, George Pickens by a hair. By a hair. Gibbs, Charbonnet. Pickens, Garrett Wilson, Hunter, Bowers, Harvey. Any moves? Maybe I'm going with, I don't know. Not really, bro. I like your team a lot. I like all these players. If you could maybe move, let's say, I don't know. Charbonnet and London for like a Lamb or something. Past that, I like this team. I'm going to stand down, my boy. I like the squad. Because what are you going to move, you know? Pick one, Manungai Blue or Tesla. I'm going to go probably Tesla for now. TM42, Strange or Jonu to replace Ingram. I'm going to go Strange by a hair. Ideas on what to send for Harvey. Murph, I have no idea what your team is. I'd say definitely sending Walker for Harvey. Definitely sending, I'd have, who the hell knows what you have? Pearsall for Harvey. Players like that to get Harvey are the meal ticket, my boy. The meal ticket. This one here from Chris. Chris, appreciate you. Final super chat. Your boy will be back. Your boy will be back. Appreciate every single one of you. Final super chat. Thank you, Andre, for the super chats previously on, or those gifted memberships previously. Chris, appreciate you. Mahomes, CMC, Chase Brown, JS Buka, Hendy, Pitts, bench, Debo, Hunter, Sharbs, Fannin. Any ideas, bench, make CMC feel worth it? Bench depth makes CMC feel worth it. Maybe, but I like the team a lot. I don't want to trade Hendy or Debo or Hunter or any of those guys, but would I want to get like CMC into Henry straight up? Sure. Would I want to trade CMC into like Genty and then maybe upgrade a JSN into a BTJ or something like that? Yeah. Would I trade anything like Sharbs and I don't know, JSN for a Lamb Chops or BTJ? Sure. Would I trade Sharbs and maybe Hunter for a Nico Collins? Maybe. All right, last one. I got to go. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate all of the advice over the year. You bet, Tattooed. Appreciate you, man. And thank you all for the super chats. You guys are absolutely amazing. If I missed anybody, please in the comments ask a question. I'd be glad to and happy to answer your question. If I missed it, put a bunch of question mark emojis. But don't abuse that, because if you didn't send a super chat, I'll check. And you put the red question emojis, I will not answer it, because I got to keep a system. So please, if I missed your super chat, please put the red question mark emojis in the live chat, and I will answer your question. I don't know how he reads these poorly written questions. Who to trade by tight end JCM? Who trade by the tight end JCM running back? Look, I do my best, and I know everyone's typing fast, and I appreciate everybody. So I feel bad. Just real quickly want to say, I feel bad if I do botch a question or whatever. Give me a second chance if I ever do that. I appreciate all of you. I'll be back. Deuce. Don't forget to get on over to Underdog, promo code Smitty. That link is being dropped in the live chat right now. I'm going to pin that link in the live chat right now. Join the Patreon as well. The Patreon is a 365, 24/7 live chat group. And the Patreon is an amazing place to hang out. Please hang out with me and everybody in this wonderful live stream. So many of these people that are in the live stream helping, answering questions are on the Patreon. It's $10 a month. Cancel anytime. See you guys all 8 p.m. or sooner. Probably sooner.